Hey YouTube, I'm back, and today we will be talking about what my top 15 favorite Pokemon are. But first, I'd like to thank S303 for commenting on my previous video. He said that his favorite Pokemon was Jolteon. He also commented on another one saying how I can improve my channel, so thank you for that. I'm always open for suggestions. So, without further ado, let's get to it. 15. Typhlosion. He is on my list because he was my starter Pokemon in Soul Silver, and he was a good starter. I enjoyed playing with him. 14. 14 is Kyurem, because I just enjoy how powerful he was in Pokemon White. It's really good. And I traded and got a shiny one, so that was kind of cool over Global Trade. White was the first game that I started using Global Trade. Since then, I've really enjoyed using it. I've used it quite a bit since. 13. Pidgeot. Pidgeot's on this list because whenever I played Leaf Green, he'd be one of the first Pokemon I caught, and I really enjoy using him. 12. This spot is taken by Zapdos because out of the 3 legendary birds, he'd be the one to win in a fight, and I kind of like the way he looks. He looks pretty sweet, not to mention that it's pretty fun to play with him. 11. Golem is number 11 because he was in my team when I played Platinum, the very first Pokemon game that I got, and since you can only achieve him through trading, it made him that much more special, but I had plenty of people to trade with while I was playing Platinum, so I got him. I really enjoyed how powerful he was, especially Magnitude. I just love that move. So he takes number 11. 10! Venusaur takes my number 10 spot because he was the Pokemon that I got at the end of Soul Silver, when you get to choose a second starter Pokemon from the first generation of Pokemons. And I really liked how grass Pokemon can learn the move Giga Drain and Grass Whistle and stuff like that. And getting Venusaur made my team have another type of Pokemon, because usually I don't have a grass type on my team. So it made him kind of special to me. Number 9. Number 9 is Ditto, because any game that I could catch Ditto in, I immediately put him in the daycare, and then I take him out when I fight the Elite Four. That seems to make my team just this much better, because usually I have one of my spots taken up by an HM slave, so being able to fill that spot with Ditto makes my team so much more better against the Elite Four and Champion. So Ditto takes spot number 9. 8. Number 8 is Gyarados, because he evolves from Magikarp, which is the worst Pokemon in the game, and it goes to something way better. I enjoyed getting Gyarados in many of my games that I own, and you could get him in almost every single one, because it seems like Pokemon creators like to put Magikarp in all of their games just as a little joke almost, yet not really joke, because it turns into Gyarados, who is awesome. Number 7. Number 7 is Roserade, because this is my grass type in Platinum, and kind of the same reason of why Venusaur got 10th, Roserade gets 7th, except I really put Roserade higher because it was in my first game that I ever played. 6. Charizard, kind of self-explanatory. Just kidding, I'll explain why. He is my current starter in Leaf Green, and I'm trying to do the Nuzlocke mode. Having him on my team makes it so much easier to do the Nuzlocke challenge. So, really enjoy having Charizard. 5. Crobat takes number 5 because he is extremely fast, which means that he usually gets to go first, and being able to give Crobat Mean Look means that I can catch almost any legendary Pokemon that has the ability to flee, and that's why he takes number 5, just because of how helpful he is. 4. Spiritomb. Spiritomb takes number 4 because nothing is super effective to him, so if you teach him Hypnosis and Dream Eater, as long as he's not going against a Pokemon where those are not very effective, he can almost never die because you can't give enough damage to him since nothing's super effective, and he keeps healing. He can defeat almost any Pokemon, and I really love that about him. Number 3. Number 3 is Reclusive, because he is my favorite legendary, and he looks pretty sweet. He's in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. He can learn so many different types of moves, making him effective against many different types of Pokemon. It's just an amazing Pokemon. Now for a bunch of quick honorable mentions. Ampharos, because I've heard he's amazing, never actually used him, but I want to get him in Leaf Green. Probably won't because it's the Nuzlocke challenge though. But if I get lucky, I'll totally use it. Arceus, because of how strong he is, his stats are just off the charts. Never actually used him either. Aerodactyl, fastest Pokemon in the game, and looks pretty awesome. Empoleon, because he's a super powerful Pokemon, is also a starter in Platinum. It's the first Pokemon game that I played. Never used Empoleon, but I know he's great. Blastoise, he's a super powerful Pokemon. He's a starter in Leaf Green, which is one of my favorite games. Had to at least mention him. And Torterra. This is actually a Pokemon that I was able to get in Platinum through trading with one of my cousins, and I enjoy how strong Torterra is. Now, number 2. Gengar takes number 2 because he looks pretty awesome. You can only get him through trading, which makes him special because of that. And he's a ghost type, and I happen to really enjoy using ghost types. He's super helpful with Hypnosis, Dream Eater combo, and Shadow Ball and Curse can also give you an edge. And you can catch him in so many different games that he's almost always on my team. 1. My last video, I already told everyone that my favorite Pokemon is Infernape, just because it's the first Pokemon that I ever had, because it was the starter Pokemon I chose in Platinum, and having him super powerful with close combat and Hyper Beam, and that really strong fire move that I forget that you learned from that one random guy in Flamethrower. All of those moves put on him just make him so overpowered that he's just my favorite. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe. Link to the previous video is in the description.